is of my own sisters. It's like that. Like if I'm the reason you're coming, I have to take care of everything. If you feel ready for it. If you don't, we don't have to. But I would love if you would come with me to meet my family, my mom. She had her doubts, and I was like, listen, if I've been living in Germany for a long time, that if I had a wife, I should have kids by now. And one thing I would never do is hide my kids.
Welcome to International Love Story, the podcast about intercultural relationships. My name is Christina, and in today's episode, I would like to welcome MJ, who is from Ghana, and Muri, who is from Germany. They're both living in Germany at the moment, and they are sharing quite a lot about their love story already on social media. And today I'm so honored to have them as my podcast guests. So they're going to tell their love story here as well today at International Love Story. I'm so excited. And thank you so much for being here, guys, today. I really appreciate it, as mentioned in the little pre-talk. Besides everything that's going on, let's just dive directly into it. Who are you? What are you guys doing? Tell us all about you.
Thank you very much, first of all, for having us. Well, we are just like everybody else. We are just trying to cope with every changes that, as you already know, we have a son now, so it's a bit of change. It's like a storm that we didn't see coming, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful journey. Other than that, Muri is a student, and I play football, but at the moment I took a break because of a couple of injuries that I had. So I decided to just take a break and try to find myself, if it's making me happy again, try to be a little child that fell in love with football again, and then I can, jump back into it. Other than that, our daily life is just like everybody else. It's push and pull. We are trying to make it through the day. Every day is different. With us, every single day is different.
Yeah, I think I don't have a lot to add. It's just it's us. We are showing us on Instagram, and our daily life is up and down. As MG said, it's a journey through it, and we are just here.
I usually start with, after the introduction, I usually start with the question of how you guys got to know each other. And I feel like moving from here, where you are at the moment, living in Germany, so going a few years back, when you actually got to know each other, like there's a lot that happened during that period of time.
I'll tell my side of the story, and then she tells her side of the story. So I was operated, of course, from football, and I was just at home. And one of my friends was like, "You're just at home. You're going to be at home like 9 months to 1 year. It's just going to be boring. Why don't you just sign up on TikTok and, maybe go live to certain videos or whatever?" It's not really my thing, actually. But then I did anyway. So I was on TikTok. I did a couple of videos, and then I got lucky. One of my videos went viral. There were a lot of likes and comments. She never commented that she only liked the video somehow, but I spotted her. And then I followed her, I think, and then I wrote her, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" And that's the kickstart, actually. And then from there, we moved to then Instagram, and then we talked a little bit. And then immediately, we tried to, arrange for us to physically meet. And then that was it. That was just the candlelight. So, and we are here today.
I think you forgot a really important part. As we met on TikTok, it's true, we found each other on TikTok, and I saw a video of him, and I found it quite funny, so I was just liking it, and I liked some videos of him because he made some really funny videos. And on that time, I was not making any kind of videos through TikTok. It was just, let me say, I put my time in TikTok, but just to watch videos and things like that. Yeah, you were writing on Instagram, and then immediately maybe we just exchanged some few words. "Hello, how are you?" something like that. And then he called me through Instagram, and I was just like, why is this guy calling me so fastly? So I was a little bit confused. But after this, we had our first call was really, really long talking. I think it was 1 hour, something like, and after that, I was really, convinced, wow, he's a nice guy, and I'm not used to that. Then somebody is immediately just like calling or going then to other place.
For me, at that time in my life, I was ready for something. When it comes to relationship, I never, put it to myself that I'm ready for something serious. I just know that I'm not going out there to look for it, but I know when I see what I like. You understand? Even though I still ready, I'm not going out to look for it. But if I see what I like, I will make that approach. It's just like everything in this life, you want to achieve anything, you have to make that effort. It's not any different from relationship. So I saw, I don't know, I saw a lot of women, there are a lot of work, but she stood out somehow. But then I was like, this is something that I want to get to. Now I see that she's this person. Now let me see what kind of person, how intelligent is she, So that was why I felt like, I don't want to waste your time online. So let me just... And then from there, I can understand how intellectual she is, because it's very, very, very important to me, So that was why I felt like, let me just call and we'll have a conversation. It wasn't even about, for me, the call wasn't even about how I felt about her or what she looks like. Yeah, we all know that she's beautiful, but I wanted to see how her brain works and then what she wanted to achieve in life. Stuff like this. That was why I had to make that call, and I knew within that time span that if I wanted this or not.
Yeah. I remember you asked me some really interesting questions, like you showed me you are really interested in me as a person, because to be honest, that's one of the points what I struggled in the past, that as you said, people think that I'm beautiful, but this is a real problem. Like if you date, it's a real problem, because people are just reducing you on your outside, and nobody is really interested in you, on your mind and how you are. So this was one of the points what really...
What would you talk about exactly when it sounds like you were right in the conversation, quite deep from the beginning? What exactly did you talk about? What type of questions did you ask?
I'm actually a person that is deep in his asked about her goals in their life, Anybody, a person with no goals in his life, I don't want to have someone closer to me. So most of the deep questions that I touched, I felt like it wasn't written, it was just based on the vibe and the energy. It was just out. So to be honest, a lot of the questions I wouldn't really remember, but I do know that I was more into, hearing how she thinks.
I remember some questions. I think you were asking me what kind of goals I have in life, what I want to achieve. This was one of the big question. And also, I think you asked me if I know something about the African culture, like about Ghana and so on and on. I think you want something like that. You wanted to know, if I know a little bit something about it.
Yes, because it's very important for you to be put in a small box. I want to know how informative is she, or is she one of those typical white people that would just put you in a small box? Oh, Africans are, all the same. Africa is a country. I wanted to, till today, you think people would know that Africa is not a country, but people still do not know this thing. So how informative is she? Because if we have to go on this path, she has to at least understand what she's getting herself into.
Yeah, and
so it was important for me.
I think also one of the questions was also if I can imagine to live abroad one day. This is also something what you asked me.
That's a very interesting question.
Yeah,
in the first conversation. Yeah, to me sounds also like you unfortunately had to deal with stereotypes as what you've just mentioned, that people would just put you in a box and this is where you stick. May I ask what type of experience you've made when it comes to this, because I also know that this is a topic you are sharing on social media, so you're also quite open-minded when it comes to that. Like how you, for example, deal with those people who are stereotyping, racist comments, and all of this.
Yeah, let's say like that me, I experienced it as I mentioned it already, like that people just reduce me on my outside. And still now we also have this like together that some people are just saying something like she's too beautiful for him or things like that. For me, like
someone someone even said that why does he have to like she's black?
Yeah, why do you acting like I'm a black woman?
Yes, a lot of people go at her a lot, you know, and it's crazy. Continuously.
Yeah, and that's fine. So I would say like for me, like my experiences when I was dating, the problem is really that how to say, they like beautiful things, and it's often not about the mind, about the mindset. And even now when we are like together, people reduce us to from our outside, like that this is black and white, but they forget that there are standing people and humans and minds behind that all. Yeah, we are not just black and white. We are also a man and a woman who are in love, who build a family. I think, of course, you don't have it in your hands, like you cannot control it. It has been now better. Before me, I was really struggling with that because it put me down also, to be honest, because of course it is all just social media, but if you are reading something like that on a post, what you really mean honest, then it's just like, yeah, I felt disgusted, and also I felt, disappointed, because how can somebody just put out words like this, just to hurt somebody? I didn't understand that. This is not by now how our mindset works. Yeah, now I think we went through it. It's okay. I'm getting better and better. Yeah. Sometimes we also get some really, really harmful messages. For example, I should get stabbed in my face. Our son should get killed. And this is, for example, also reason why we will never show our son on social media, because of people like that who are, I don't know, hiding themselves behind a computer or phone or whatever, and using the anonymous part of social media. Yeah.
That's very good.
I also want to add to the question is that, like you said, people reduce us to our looks, forgetting that, yeah, of course you said it, that we are also humans, we are man and woman and all that. But people forget that everyone has a role to play. You understand? And to be honest with you, we want to go further beyond just posting the kind of videos that we post. We want to raise awareness to a lot of things. And that means that we are two people, things that we can put into the world that some people could benefit from it. Beyond just our looks, that means that we are smart people that want to play their part into the world.
What's your specific goal with that when you say you would like to educate people as well in a way that they shift their mindset? This is what I'm understanding, and that this is your goal as well, like to...
I would say open their eyes, like think a little bit outside the box, like, of course, people have prejudices, I don't know pronouncing it well, and just make them think, as maybe that's also too much what I'm expecting, but just, if it's just a little bit what we can put in the world, like, I didn't know about that, that's interesting, like that they, maybe they get a little bit interested in also the world, not only inside their own box or inside their own head.
People need to understand that what I want to put out also is that people need to understand that when mostly it's okay, what I realize mostly it's okay when a Black American is with someone European, it's completely okay or acceptable than when an African is with someone European. It's almost more like he needs something from her. It's better something. So mostly our first dedication would be to let people understand not everybody that is with someone is because they need something from somebody.
Yeah.
You understand? Not everybody is with people like that. And secondly, I don't think that you can change the mind of someone that is already deep. It's changed them.
Yeah.
You understand? But you can make them realize that their effort is useless.
Exactly.
By keep preaching. We don't go at anybody for their negative comment. You understand? Even sometimes it is really hard.
Yeah.
We want to, they say two wrongs doesn't make right.
Yeah.
We see it as you don't know any better, and you probably will never change. You understand? So what we also want to educate people is that we have been doing TikTok for a while. And before we started posting together videos, we had to sit down and we said, listen, this is the internet world we have no control of. You have to understand. Secondly, we are white and black. People can't ask for that.
It's even, I'm sorry for interrupting, but it's the same experience I'm making on a different level because we are both white, but even we get, if a video goes viral, we get hateful comments and comments that are, in our case, based on the history of Germany. We're talking about people telling me, for example, because our life here, like, we have quite a good life here, to be honest, because we've built it over the past few years. We're working hard for it, and we understand that, yes, there are some benefits of, let me phrase it like that, living in Argentina, as the average income is way lower than in Germany, for example. So we would get comments like white privilege, for example, so that would be directed to me, based on the Holocaust as well.
Yeah.
And like horrible people sitting there, little trolls, and not having anything better to do than just spreading hate. And that's in the beginning, in my experience, I took it quite personal. So I was really double and triple checking, should I get this content out? And I mean, my content, it's not harmful, like I'm not insulting, as you, like, sharing my honest opinion on specific topics and sharing our story, sharing the stories of others as well. And even we get hateful comments. It's just difficult, not really difficult, but it's just so sad to think about that you get it on another scale even.
It just reminds me of something that it's true, we are also getting some hateful comments in that way, that me as a white person being together with somebody who's black, like because of the slavery thing and because of the slavery history. And there are even black people who are also coming for me to tell me, why tell MJ, why are you with a white woman after all we've been through in history because of the slavery history? And it hurts me because the last thing what I want is that people see us and think about something like that from history. That's really horrible. And sometimes, to be honest, when my rage is really high, especially when there are hate comments, not like that, but for example, if they come personal at me like, she's too beautiful or monkey, things like that, then I really comment, but it doesn't make any sense because this person will delete her account and then come back with a new account. We even have, I think this, now I see it in a different angle because I think these people are really our big fans because there are two or three accounts. They are deleting themselves and then making a new account only to put some hate comments in there. So yeah, I think it's also about your own mindset. We were talking about one day when we went, I think it was, we went on the street and we got some looks from the people, like I wouldn't say the typical nice, as in the not nice looks. They just look at you and just like, okay, what are these two people doing together? And they told me, why are we not changing our mindset? Why are we thinking immediately that these people are thinking something bad? Maybe they were just looking on our shoes or on our trouser and saying, wow, that looks good, or just like thinking about something different or having a grumpy day or something like that. So this is really like, for me, oftenly when I see these kind of comments, I'm thinking about that. Of course, these are now really clear bad comments, but I don't want that these comments are just putting an impact on us, on our relationship, on our day. So I really try to change the mindset there. Like, as I said, for example, this are maybe really big fans of us because
They're always there.
Yeah, they're always there.
That is a typical definition of a fan, actually. These would the human fan or the standing fan. Yeah, always there.
And for the algorithm, it's a comment. Yes, no matter this is a bad comment, but not to see, we just try to see us somehow in a different angle.
Yeah, they help to spread more awareness by pushing the algorithm as well. This is also how I would like to see it, even though out of my experience, it's not always that easy, because you still ask yourself, why are there so many stupid people out there? Why is it like this?
Yeah,
So
you're really right.
I haven't asked myself that question in I don't know. I've never asked myself that question. Why is someone, forget social media for a second. You want to tell me all your life you didn't have someone that was hating on you? Whereas that it's a human nature. You will have someone. It's either because you're too tall, or you're too skinny, or your hair is too long. It is always somebody. Do you understand that? That is not as hard as on social media, because they see you and they cannot say the things that the social people say, because the social people don't see you. If they see you physically, they would also hate on the life and looks like the people who personally know. You understand? So me, I put it like this. People have been hating on us for a long time. Why should this be any different? You understand? One thing I try not to see. The other angle is that we will never go apart because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
This is one thing that is fact. We've grown up off that stage. We've grown up. If something happens, it's personal. She has different interests. God forbid that it's not happening, but it's not going to be social media, because that one said this, because she said how you with your slave master and all that in purpose. Not every 1 second. I will not allow somebody that don't know us. We don't know this person to have control of how my day goes, or how my 5 minutes goes. You understand? This is the way I think. Okay, so if I let this thing get to me in the rest of my day, and I'm not going to allow that.
Yeah.
You see? So, and also, like we said, once you also change the narrative, you start to see things completely different. It's just like the number 6. If you turn it down, you see it different. You understand? If you're standing from the top, you see differently, or from the down, you see different. So it's the same way with these social media things. It's either sometimes we choose to say something, or sometimes, most of the time, we ignore. Even the thankful, we say something, it's not because it affected us. But this is just something that is going to continue. It's not going to stop. Once you put it in your head, you understand that. Go on with your life. And secondly, no one asked us to come and do social media and post ourselves. Nobody asked us. You understand? So we actually say, okay, this isn't come and say bullshit.
But I have to disagree with you a little bit, because that doesn't give them the allowance to behave like that.
Yes.
Only because we are putting ourselves out.
Yes, but can you control that? The only way you can control that is to stop posting. You understand? This is why, in a different understanding, in a different wording, is that you put yourself out there. For us, if you say something, someone will tell you, this is social media, you push yourself. That is what social media is about. It's either negative or positive comment. You put yourself out there. The people that can think negative comment won't put themselves out there. Yeah, how many people felt depressed or completely shut down their accounts because people were coming and then I agree with you 100%. But can you control that? No.
Yeah, but the one thing is like being aware that you can't control it, but the other thing is also pushing it away from you in a way that it doesn't get too close to you. Do you know what I mean? To me, it seems like you have a very strong mindset. You are also strong as a couple, so this is why it doesn't affect you. But correct me if I'm wrong, you've built that over the past 2 years. What's your advice on how to reach the point where you are switch your mindset in a way that you're not letting this affect you?
I would say really honest conversations, and not only like, this affected me now or something like that. Really go deep inside of the conversations. And if it hurts you after 1, 2, 3 days, talk about it and talk about it again and again and again. Me, I'm somebody like, for me, it's not easy to like go over something like that. I need to process this, and this is not something what is easy for me. I need my time and I need to think about it, and then I will come back again on the conversation maybe after 1 day and say, wait, there's one point which just came to my mind, we have to talk about it again. So I think it's patience, of course, and honesty with each other to also, how to say it, like be able to at least like to try to understand the other part. Because for me, what I understand is MJ had, or because of his skin color, only because of his skin color, he has been through such kind of things already all his life. He once told me that, he said, Muri, I'm black, and that's only because I'm black. I've been through it all my life, and I'm seeing this in a different angle, and I understand that he, with his mindset, he's already on a other page than me, because me, I just started to experience it like that. Yeah, this is like, even to understand that this is like this is a difference what we have, and this is what also a strength for. Yeah, I think this is one of the points, or some points what are important to build your relationship as strong.
Yes, I would also ask something to what you said. I think that like she said, I think it's also important to understand your whatever it is that you're going through. If you can already anticipate what you think might happen, you build a certain defense mechanism. And of course, when you get to a certain place, the defense mechanism is not working. That is not a negative thing. That tells you, okay, I should have built it this way. If you say different, if you dwell on the pain, you will oversee the result. You understand? And also, what I wanted to say earlier on was that we don't shy away from topics. Like, we talk about the deep topics. When I say deep topics, she can ask me, how do you feel about when people talk about slavery? We talk about these things. You know, some couples that are black, they stay away from certain topics. The darker the topic, the sweeter the understanding and the result of it. In the beginning, all of these things started from the beginning. Of course, with experience, you grow. In the beginning, we had to sit down and we talk about this. This is going to come at us. This is going to come. Don't be surprised. We cannot even imagine what someone is saying somewhere. Someone would write notes that we can imagine and stuff. So that is always, when I say that, understand your enemy. And like I always say that, I'd rather know that Muri does not like me. When I know Muri does not like me, that means I will know how to walk. When I see Muri behind me, I'll always be looking at my shoulder. Than someone that pretends to like you. So, and that means that I'm walking with you comfortably with my guards down and tech. You understand? So that means we understood the field that we are getting. We have our guards down, we understand the enemies. So we are always aware of it. It's, there are some comments that are deep. We talk about that. We so deeply upon that. But other than that, we understand too. If you are different, people come out. People don't understand different. This is what we are scared of. Maybe some animals, because we don't understand it. You understand? Because we don't understand it. So we are different. People see us differently. So first of all, you have to understand that people can't. You don't not necessarily bad or different. You guys face those things too. That means understand that people will come at you guys just for the differences that you guys have. For whatever reason, people will be creative with the reasons why they think you guys are together. You see, once you understand that, you already achieved a certain level. Then don't shy away from the deeper questions, from the darker comments, from the darker topics. You have to talk about it. You understand? So basically, it's communication, just like she said, and understanding that people will come at us. Why that I will imagine people will come at us, but we will continue to be standing here, and they will come and go and come, and we'll still be here.
And I just want to add one point. I think it's also a big point that we both are really reflective. Like we don't have a taboo topic, like a topic where we cannot talk about. It's, as MJ said, we are really open to talk about everything, even though sometimes it's of course hurtful because you are, as MJ said, you have your guards down. But then after maybe one day or even the time, you just think about it and then say, yeah, you're right. I think this is a point what was triggering me, for example. I think this is also something that we both have, that we really are in that way reflective and think about and take it also really important, like what the other part is saying.
Yeah, as mentioned before, that's clear also when seeing your videos and seeing your content in general, is that you do have a strong bond. And it's also getting clearer now that we are having this communication, like this conversation right now about a topic like this. I honestly didn't plan to open this topic, but as any other podcast episodes I'm recording, I'm usually just go with the flow and go with your experience and with your challenges. And I hear that it is a challenge you faced, and Muri, you right now a little bit more than MJ, because MJ has switched his mindset to the point where he is now, that he can handle it the way he's doing it now. And for you, Muri, to be very open-minded, having open communications, and whatever there is that's on your mind, to address it towards MJ as well. And I think I can only agree that no matter what topic it is in any relationship, that's the most important point. And even though if this is, as mentioned, a topic that's that's leaving you, or at least leaving me, baffled, because what you've just explained, what you've just experienced, to me is horrible. So it's quite difficult for me to wrap my head around it. Like, I, for myself, still think to myself, why is it there are people out there that obviously they're not very well educated and that don't have anything better to do to leave those type of comments. So definitely what I have to work on is, as well as with my mindset a little bit towards what you've just explained, Muri. So I'm very, very grateful that you're so open-minded when it comes to this topic, because I'm sure it's going to help a lot of individuals and a lot of couples, similar background to yours as well, to address this topic and to be sure that communication in a partnership is the way to go and is the most important. Also, when it comes to things like that, hateful comments, racism, and the very difficult topics you'd rather not like to address, but you're addressing because otherwise it will affect you. To get back to your love story a little bit, so you did meet online on TikTok. You start talking, you had deep conversations, and you realize that you are on the same page on a lot of topics, a lot of things. How did it evolve from there? So first of all, in which year did you start talking? So which year did you meet? And how did it evolve from there on?
I think it was 2021. Around Christmas, we met physically. I took my car and drove to Nuremberg. And we met each other, had good conversations. I think then it was really clear that we want to build something together. But Andy was telling me, Muri, I just want to be clear. And this is what, to be honest, what really impressed me. And I'm always saying that, but this is really something what really impressed me. And I never experienced it like that. Somebody honest like that, to be honest, really. He told me, I really want to build something with you, but I have some things going on and I want to clear them first. Yeah, I think now the lady is all just coming back again, yeah?
I would say just from there, I think I know what she wants to say. When I met her, I was actually, what she was trying to say, she was just trying to be very nice with the words. When I met her, there were a couple of other women that I was talking to. But it wasn't like anything physically, it was just texting. But then when I remember I was 100% sure that I wanted to be on this path with her. I told her, give me some time, I need to clear some things off the road. Then we are good to go. And I didn't hide anything, so to speak. I needed to clear some things off the road. I told her point blank, there are some people in my life that I want to make sure that they don't expect a comeback or anything. We met in December, and then after that, we went on a lot of dates. After I was sure that this is what I wanted. After they called with me, I'm inviting you to go meet my family. So then I just stayed, and she was like, no. And I said, yeah, this is off my nut. By uns, it's like that. Like if I'm the reason you're coming, I have to take care of everything. You know, you should feel ready for it. If you don't, we don't have to. But I would love if you would come with me to meet my family, my mom. She had her doubts, and I was like, listen, if I've been living in Germany for a long time, that if I had a wife, I should have kids by now. And one thing I would never do is hide my kids. I don't care who the person is. I will never hide my kids. But believe me, if I don't have kids, that means I don't have a wife. But let's just go, not because of that, because I want you to see my family, my mom. And then we'll take it seriously. Then we'll plan the trip, and then we'll head. It was in COVID, so we had to go through a lot of different tests and whatever. We still went to that. Cool.
How was your time in Ghana? How was the family get together, introducing her to your family and all of this?
It's always great when you go to Ghana, especially we have a different culture, different tradition. We understand family a little bit different, you know. So the first time they met her, before they even, actually I with my brother, my mom and my siblings, they didn't know I was coming. We decided to surprise them. So my brother just was like, you guys didn't really are going somewhere tomorrow. And then they came, and here we are. So they were happy, and we cooked together, we did everything together.
It was integrated immediately into your family as well.
It was easy when really, a lot of things was easy with her because she understood the African culture. She just fit it in there, and that was it. I love her. Every time we go there, it's crazy. When there is any, it's It's beautiful.
So she kept an open mind, because as I understand at the beginning, she had some stereotypes as well, like not being 100% sure if you might have a wife in Ghana, and making sure that everything is alright in a way that you can start your relationship and build your relationship officially as well. But she still kept this open mind to be proved wrong, obviously.
Right.
And again, like a lot of this has to do with open communication as well. So I kind of sense that this would be your main advice through the whole episode as well.
Communication, and I feel like it's either you want to be with your partner or not. Because if you do, you have to have an open conversation. So if something, I communicate very direct. It's straight. I communicate very direct. If you feel like my words are harsh sometimes, okay, I'll rephrase them. But I don't shy away from what I want to say no. Because I realized that when we're kids, it's either we want to do this or we don't. But I wouldn't waste your time, because wasting yours is wasted. For example, I didn't tell Muri that I'm talking to other people, but then I'm serious with her and I'm trying to keep the road. I'm trying to clear the road, but she doesn't know. If she develops feelings and at some point you haven't cleared them on time and she finds out, it's going to be a huge trauma. You understand? So that means me telling her from the beginning who is where and what is what, and then she gets to decide if it's okay for her to wait till I clear the road, or it's not okay for her. This is me not taking her decision out of her hands. Like I said, in the past, I did that and it didn't come out right. So all of these things will come back. Yes, we're talking about that, not taking the decisions out of your hands. That's why from the beginning, I was very upfront and clear what I wanted, what I didn't want, and what I needed to clear off the road before we can go on this path. And it was she said, take your time, take your time and do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yes, and here we are today.
I think you let me use my mind. This is something what I didn't experience often, because as I said, people are just reducing me on my outside. I don't know. It was really good, and I think we wouldn't be here if we both wouldn't be ready. Weren't ready.
It's on the same level.
On the same level, yes, because we both experienced in the past relationship who broke off, who should go further, that they didn't, and I think this was also playing a big role that we went already through something in it.
Yeah, MJ was just explaining that he didn't want to waste anyone's time, so and his own time as well. So he was upfront, right, and told you directly, this is what I want, this is what I expect in life, and do you want this as well? And to me, it seems like that was basically the rocket start of your relationship. And fast forward to where you are nowadays. Where are you nowadays?
Where we are nowadays, I think that we are 2.1. We've really grown. You want to move this like, let's move this car. We move it together. This is, we don't. I don't necessarily have to ask and I feel like they always say that two people can move the cars very easily. So I don't think that I find myself in a relationship where I give more than I should, or I take more than I should. We are all putting in the effort. It's work.
Yes.
We are putting in the effort. So this is the level that we are on. I don't regret a single day. This is just beautiful. It's either you're with, like I said before, it's either with someone that is willing to lay the bricks with you, or you stay single. We've been through some walls and we are here. We are stronger.
Yeah, and I would say sometimes it feels like we know each other already over 10 years, because like sometimes we don't have to talk about different things. It's just like it's clear for us, and then I have to remind myself, no, this is something what is really special what we have, because it's not usual like in your daily life that you can talk openly about things what hurt you, or even you don't have to talk about things or beg the other person because it's clear that you're doing it, or because you have the same values. This is in our daily life so integrated that sometimes I have to remind myself, wow, I'm living now that what I really wanted, and it's nourishing our relationship also. And of course it's work. Yeah. Yes, of course it's work. And especially when you have a baby, your relationship as in is first really
On all.
yes, on hold and not priority. But I think we manage it in that good way because we worked already before on our relationship pretty hard, and we have the same goal. We really want to have this family. It's like we both are really honest with our wish for our future. I think, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, relationships don't have to be hard, or they're not that hard in general, as long as you're both working on it. Here he is.
Think so, but
wants to be part of the podcast as well.
I think he's dreaming. I will check on him.
Okay,
So
no
I'm
worries.
going.
So cute. How did your life change with the little one?
It is whatever it is that you think you know about babies, or you think that you want to be ready. You're not ready now. You can never be ready. We had this conversation just
Yeah, we always have it as well. Once a week.
you can never be ready. What is readiness? Readiness, they say, is just for the books. You understand? It's for the books. Whatever it is that you think you know about kids, or you weren't ready, or you're ready, it is 10 times stressful. If you work together, you can pull and push every mountain. If you have a partner that understands, hey, it's not about you anymore, it's about the family, you will push every mountain. We are here. It's like we're in a team. We're here. We are all here to play a role. We're here to play our part. And so I'm not special. I don't want special treatment. It's that we're here to play a role to build this family, to move this family. So this is what we are doing. You see, like the other day she asked me, do you feel like I'm giving you less attention? She asked me, like I said, we talked about these things. And then she asked me that. I said, no, I don't think so. I think you're doing a very great job. You're doing what you have to do. You're all doing what we have to do. Our son needs us. At this point, he is the tithe. And we are doing what we have to do. Yes, so we are managing this. Our lives has completely changed. Like whatever it is that you think you've imagined that you put the paper down here, just forget it all again. You got to fold it and put it in the trash. Throw it away. I'll free advice. Take it from bath. Don't have imagination. Just do it, because you'll break your heart. I thought that this was how a baby is saying. It's beautiful.
Oh my God.
It is a beautiful feeling. I will not lie to you. Me coming back home knowing that my son, if he hears my footstep, even from downstairs, if he hears my voice, he knows that I'm coming up. It's a beautiful feeling. It's like I told her the other day, I go out and miss you guys, I miss myself. I want to come home. But as soon as I come home, it's like it's just what it is. But yeah, we love our new chapter, and I think that our life has changed in a better way. The way nature wants it to go, it's going in that direction, and we are happy to have our son, and we are happy to be. We are managing the affairs together, as a team. Trying together, we can do that. Other than that, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
But credit to her, though, she's the reason why we are able to move the way that we are moving.
I just wanted to say that I think I can just only walk in that way because MJ is really appreciating everything what I'm doing, and he's always like pushing me in a positive way and telling me every day that I'm doing a great job as a mother. And to be honest, this is what you really need. As a sometimes I'm so lost in space because I'm just like, I don't understand good what I'm doing, or maybe I'm not a good mother. You're thinking, overthinking, and MJ is always really pushing me, and also, just showing me so much appreciation. This is something what is really giving me also energy.
There are things that I say to her. Sometimes she feels like, or maybe she thinks they are just compliments, but they are facts. Like, I'm able to do the things that I'm doing because of her. Like, the energy that I have to go out to wake up early and do whatever I have to do, it's because of her. And because I understand whatever it is that I do out there, it's not difficult compared to what she's doing at home. I understand that. Yes, and because you have a son, your life, whatever it is, it's as tough. She cannot if she has 10 days to do it, if she's lucky, she accomplishes one. You understand? It's done hard. Knowing that my son is safe at home with the love of my life, a great mother, and she's doing the things that she's doing, gives me the energy to do what I can do out there. Knowing that I'm proudly doing this for not someone that is not ungrateful, not someone that is not putting the work. I would gladly do that, and I enjoy doing it. So.
And I think now maybe this was a good example for how much we are how much I appreciate our relationship, because this is something what is not usual, that someone is appreciating the care work, because I think you know that in Germany the care work is like nothing, like
it's not work. Yes, it's nothing you see. It's not acknowledged as work.
Yes, to have a partner who's seen it and also to voice it out. You know, there are a lot of people who see it, but they don't see it. And but to tell me that every day, this is really, special.
Yeah, it is definitely very special. And again, I love your energy. I love how you're working together as a couple.
Thank you.
I'm also very curious where the next month and years are going to lead you. I have 2 questions before we end this podcast episode. Like, the first one would be, and I think the answer might be a little bit longer, but in regards to cultural differences, how much are they playing a role in your relationship as well as in raising a kid? And also, what are your future plans? Where do you see each other in the future?
First, the difference is we won't dispute the fact that we have cultural differences, but how you go about it is what
with a child.
Yes, how we raise them. Generally, we have generally cultural differences, but the way we raise our child, there are some things about like culture that I feel like I grew up on, but if it doesn't make sense, we don't necessarily have to do it. In the German culture, there's a German culture and there's my culture. For example, we have a son, right? Some people, like my culture, for example.
So out of the area. We'll see.
My culture, for example, if you have a boy, then it's 1 week or 2 weeks, they just circumcision. They do it 1 week, 2 weeks. It's done. You understand? But here, they don't do it at all, or you have to wait longer. And these are cultural differences. Like when I discussed it with Muri, she was like, no, like it's not a good idea. It's just a baby and all of that. But we always find a compromise in the middle. What would it hurt me if I wait 1 year? It wouldn't hurt me. At the end of the day, she'll still get it done. As long as we'll get it done. 1 year later, 1 week, it's a different story. We get it done. You see, so these are some of the things we always find, the middle ground where it works for both of us, and nobody's opinion is disregarded. Nobody's opinion is taken on life as shoulder. Like, how to say it doesn't make any sense. It's only positive of love. Stage as seriously as it should be taken and respond for it. We talk about it and we'll find a better way. Sometimes some things takes longer. You know what? Let's just roll with the punches and see what comes out. But we definitely start the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have maybe one example, with cutting the hair.
Yeah.
So this was a big, like me, it was something big, even though this is just hair. And for MJ, it was really something big that we should cut the hair of our baby. And, it's the first time that I have a baby. I was so protective, and I don't want to cut this hair. And I was getting really emotional also in there because I couldn't understand why it is so necessary to cut his hair. We also gave this topic a little bit time. And I'm really lucky he's also somebody who's really patient. So we really talked about it often, and so also my emotions could come a little bit down because I thought, why I have to cut the newborn baby's hair? This doesn't make sense for me. And of course, it's also to inform yourself a lot about it. Like, why do people do that? For what reason? And we still didn't cut the hair. But it's not yet. But I think for example, after his 1 year birthday, I think we are going to cut the hair because then the baby hair are grown. Something. This is just an example. But apart from that, I wouldn't say until now we don't have these big discussions. For me, to be honest, one thing what makes me relax a little bit is because I feel often you're really under pressure under the German society when it comes to growing up a baby, because it shall learn this or it should be this and so on and on. They're always, from the outside, you always get the suggestion your baby has to be there perfect, and why is 10 months old and the teeth are not out yet, what is happening, things like that. And then they sometimes really bring me down and say, hey, even in Ghana, the babies, they don't know that the woman, their mothers, they don't know it. And it's completely okay. Just calm down. It's fine. As you see how I'm grown up, I don't remember that, for example, me, I don't know, for 10 months or something like that. And I'm completely fine. So this is sometimes grounding me a little bit and helping me.
There are things that I make direct comparisons with that help, which are real talk. We visited Ghana with our son. She likes that our son has this 3 naps a day or maybe 4, whatever, after every 2 hours.
That's a good example.
I own my mom, my sisters. It's over 2 hours now, and she's trying to put him to sleep. And they looked at her like, what are you doing? And then they all go like, leave him when he's tired, he'll sleep. This is the mindset. One of my friends who also had a daughter, it was like 2 years now. He also has experience that he was before us. Well, when we tried to put him to bed, he would look at us but never said anything. But when we came back, there was a time I was with him alone. So we had a conversation. It was like, I don't even understand why you guys trying to put him to sleep. He said, I will sleep. He'll fall asleep by themselves. And I didn't tell that to his mom. So, but for me, I look at this different. This is something that I also don't feel like it's a lot of voice. Try to get him into sleep. You hold him, shake him, or whatever. If he's taking 1 hour, then just find it. But if it is not harming me or hurting me in any kind of way, this is the way I look at things. But then if she gets emotional about something, they say, hey, look, you are finding different kind of food with this baby. In my country, I glad mate, they don't try to give you one food in your life. Healthy is more healthy is us. So relax. Understand what you like seeing. Give him that, don't break your head. If you want to, fine. But I'm just giving you free advice. You understand? Like, for example,
I was spending 3 hours in the kitchen just preparing baby food like crazy, and at the end he doesn't like it, and I'm going crazy about it.
See, here my friend was like, I don't understand why you carry, like his wife, example, my friend's wife, she was just up here, and I wouldn't call it a flask. You know, see this type of thing that you put coffee in there, a longer one.
Yeah.
They just do the baby food and put it in there. And they're all day. Like when we go out and there's light sun, she goes like, come on. And I was like, look, I can guarantee you that go to Africa outside is 10 times hotter than here. But the babies are left under the sun, behind the bath. We are here, we are still
Right. Yeah, and this, it makes me sometimes just, it grounds me again, and I can say, okay, take it easy. It's just
we are in the worst environment, but we are here. We are healthy. But compared to Germany, no, you can't. Recently we went to baby swim. I was watching. I don't understand this. What is going on here? Like I said, if it doesn't hurt me, harm me in any way, okay. But in my house, I fail to understand why. Yeah, and so why a small little baby would need this, at least right now. For what do they need that?
What I wanted to say, one point I wanted to say, one thing what I really took from in Quatsch is to hold the baby on my back, like to carry it on the back. Often I'm using just like these wraps, just to hold him on the back, and I feel like this is also, he likes it. This is something what here I would, of course we have the baby carrier where you put him in the front, but put him on your back and then to have the hands free to walk in the kitchen or somewhere here in the house. This is also something what I think when I took from real culture.
Yes, and the front carry this thing, it gives him back in a lot. And if you carry him on the back, and even in the front, there's not much you can do if it's in the front. But if it's on the back, you don't have back pain. You can bend, you can cook, you can do your house chores.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah. Thank you for the advice, and I'm gonna try to remember this whenever I need it. Yes, good point. Yeah.
And free advice also, start early. We started late with it, so our bodies can describe that. So if you start early, you are safe from back pain for a while.
Yeah. And I think your second question was, when do we see us in the future?
In the future, I mean, everybody has dreams or wants to be realistic and start. There's a reason why we start social media, not because we want to follow the masses. A lot of the videos that we're doing now, we're just trying to put some good vibes until we can grow to a certain numbers where we can impact certain lives. And we want to actually grow to the extent that people remind us for the fact that we preach about serious topic. We talk about things that change life. We talk about when we do things that can impact someone's life. As in, be it we organize a job for them, be it an advice, be it a workshop, be it a startup, be it whatever. We really want to be able to impact people's life.
Yeah, and I would say we want to be financially not, to rely on a wall, right?
Yeah, we want to be financially stable.
Yeah, stable and free.
Yes, financially free.
Yeah, I think that's independent, financially independent. I think this is one of the biggest point where we are really, working on it, and trying to get
Right.
closer to this goal.
And the beautiful thing is that, you see, one of the things that make our relationship easier is because she sees where I'm going, and where I'm going is where she wants to go. It's like we also want to. It's not because of me that she wants to go. That this is what she actually like. She helps people. Yeah, so it's easier for her to see what I'm trying to say, and it's easier for me to understand what we really want to. I feel like this world is about helping each other. Like we are a huge single. If this hand reaches out and you have a hand or an arm to reach out and hold, do it. This is all this life is all about. But it's fucked up. People get it confused. People are, just with themselves, which I can understand. But, the little that we can do, we are going to do our best. And one day, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, we'll hop on this podcast, and you would see that you'll say that you guys said this 10 years ago, and here you are.
Yeah.
You understand?
And also, if we really stay in Germany is also one of the big question marks.
It's a huge question.
Yeah. Of course, also because of the political situation, but because of, I think we want to have a better future for our son, for our family. And I think to have that free thinking mind is sometimes not easy here in Germany.
Where would it be easier when it comes to this? So do you have anything in mind where you could see yourself when it comes to the locations?
We see ourselves as citizens of the world. We don't want to be citizens of a certain nation. One, that means we could be here today, and the next day we are there. This is what we want to do. But secondly, the freedom that we actually feel like we would have to work or to do the things that we want to do. For me, and I think that she might agree with me, is I feel like in Ghana we have the most freedom to do a lot of the things that we really want. Here there's too much control. Everything you have to do. I don't have to tell you this. It's extreme. It's okay if having to a certain level, but it's extreme.
I would say also the market here in Germany is already really fixed. Sure. And in Ghana, for example, you have a lot of, I think in Argentina probably too. This is like the market is still really old. Well, you have still like a lot of possibilities if you want to start a new business, things like that. Yeah, I think in Ghana there are a lot of business opportunities who could go on in a good way. If you are there in person.
Unless you know what you're doing.
And if you know what you're doing, exactly. And and also for our child, I think even with schooling and so on, this is also something
you have to put into consideration.
Yeah. Well, we have to think it out.
Yeah, I understand. So there's a lot of bigger things and smaller things to take into consideration. But I think you do have a similar approach as Nacha and I have as a couple, like taking it one step at a time and just seeing where it's going to lead us. Because in the end, you can plan ahead, and then experience shows that it's not gonna work out the exact same way you've planned it. It would be great and everything. In the end, that's the beauty of life, and exactly not knowing what's gonna come and not knowing what to expect. When it comes, we've been talking about your social media accounts, your TikTok account, you have a YouTube as well, you have an Instagram account. But everyone who's listening and or watching right now who would like to connect with you and ask a few more questions, what would be the best way for those ones to reach you?
Yeah, I think we are more accessible on Instagram. And on Instagram, we have our email. And our email is just like our name, mjmuri@gmail.com. You can always send us an email.
but also private message on Instagram. Even I think that it's also possible that we are more at the moment more active on Instagram.
So I'm gonna share all of this in the side notes and in the podcast description. I did not think that we will do that we'll be able to go so much into depth on specific topics. I really, really, really appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your time, despite that, your little one is sleeping right now, and that you made it work somehow to sit down with me and to talk about your challenges, about your lives, about your relationship, and all the topics we've just taken. And I hope someday I'm planning to keep on doing what I'm doing. I hope in 10 years I'll still have the podcast, or maybe another format, but a similar one, and that we'll be able to sit down again and that we're going to talk about where you're at in your lives at that point and what accomplished over the past 10 years. So thanks again for giving me your time and for being so open-minded today.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you for having us. It's an honor for us that we are allowed to talk about our relationship here, and that we are sharing it with the world. I think that's a really, really important work also.
Thank you.